Onto that. I was trained as a potter, and in the 60s, Japanese pottery, that aesthetic, was being taught in all universities. And I don't know, and when I finally went to Japan, I felt like I had been there before. I mean, I felt so comfortable, you know, and yet I'm Eastern European in origin, my family, and but I'm much more drawn to that aesthetic. And so a lot of my work reflects sketches of things that I've seen there, like hinges and bosses on doors, or a cut of wood, you know, like a lintel carving. And it's just, I feel comfortable doing that, and so that's why my work sort of has that Asian feel to it. It's not a copy of anything Japanese or Korean or Chinese, but just that feel, which seems to resonate with me. I taught public school, high school, for 32 years, and retired, and have been...
And you taught art?
I taught art, yes, I taught art. The last 19 to at-risk youth, which is really challenging, but also wonderful. These were kids who, most of them had missed 100 days in the previous school year, and they had to have been adjudicated. So they had really interesting, troubled lives, and art was just a wonderful thing for them. They were sponges, and so different than other teenagers who were very conscious of what they were doing. These kids just wanted to do it all, and it was really great. And I still see a lot of those kids. Well, I've known this young man who's an architect since he was 2, and when I turned 60, I decided it was time to get out of the basement. So I had a limited budget, told him what I wanted, and he designed this lovely 2-story space, and my Polymer studio is in the trees. And the tree is actually, the place is built around a tree. So, and it's got this lovely Asian deck situation underneath. So now when you come, you can sit in the trees and work. Well, it's designed for the future, when I'll have a lift that goes up the steps. And so I don't need the lift now, and I just climb the steps, and I'm in the trees. And lots of space to work, and good light, and heat, and air conditioning, which in Maryland is very important in the summer. It's a separate structure, but it's really wonderfully integrated with the house. And so you step out and you're on a series of decks, and then you just go up 13 steps to this, and I have a natural clay studio on the lower level with kilns.
Oh, and do you still?
I still do clay. I do raku tiles, decorative, not functional. But I belong to a co-op at the torpedo factory in Alexandria. Absolutely, a lot of the techniques have been transferred or adapted to polymer clay. I'm working right now with sprigging and impression plates, and that's how Wedgwood is done, and the process works beautifully in polymer. So the latest series of pieces I'm doing have that raised pattern standing away from the background, and I sell the impression plates through Polymer Clay Express. Yes. And I design silk screens for them also. I've been doing a lot of silk screening recently. I used to travel, and I worked so that I was meeting people and interacting with the public. And I had a pretty serious auto accident, and I'm hesitant now to drive on the highways. So I'm trying to find ways to still, interact with folks, and hopefully the teaching is going to do that. And I like going to conferences, and just because I really miss that creative charge you get from just talking to people, and someone will say, "Oh, why don't we do this?" Or you should try that. And I love to see people do that with my stuff too. Oh, I never thought to do that. And then you see it reflected in their work, and it's wonderful. I do. I think all artists need that kind of cross-cultural pollination or whatever that really improves all of our work.